And now we're joined by Justin-Siena boys basketball coach Dave Granucci. Dave, how's it going?
Good, going well.
So let's get started here. I guess the obvious place to start would be how has it been navigating COVID-19 in this year plus that you've last played a game?
It's been challenging for sure. I mean, it's been kind of as everyone knows, a fluid situation. So things are changing constantly, and we've just been as a staff, as a program, just kind of learning to adapt and adjust and be flexible and and kind of educate our kids on the way as far as just kind of how to handle certain situations, whether it be the unknown, the uncertainty, controlling what you can control, and those types of things. So yeah, I mean, it's been challenging for everybody in the world. So I mean, we don't feel like we have um, feel very fortunate and very lucky to be doing what we're doing, being able to work out as long as we have,
Mhm.
to be able to have the kids in school in a hybrid situation, and then now fully in person. So I think we've been looking at, we met quite a few times, just kind of talking through the positives, what we're grateful for, those types of things. So while there have been challenges, we as a staff, as a program, as players and kids, and as a school, feel really fortunate. Yeah.
Perfect. So next up, let's talk about the schedule. I know you guys open up your season this against Petaluma, correct? And yeah, so
Yeah.
talk a little bit about your schedule here and beginning with league right out of the gate.
Yeah, the Petaluma, actually the Petaluma game has been postponed. Yeah, there was a positive case over there, so we're not playing that game. We were supposed to play on Thursday, which would have been um, pretty difficult and challenging for both programs, I'm sure, to do, just because we just started yesterday with our tryouts, and then we would have played Thursday. So and then I think we got American Canyon after that. So yeah, I mean, for us, it's just continuing to develop our young core, continuing to develop our program, and then also, as best we can, give the seniors an experience that they can kind of remember and enjoy as well. So it's going to be kind of navigating through that within our program, and then I don't know how concerned we are so much as far as our opponent who we're playing. I don't, just because you're not going to be as familiar, you're not going to have as much film, those types of things on those guys. But I think it's more about what are we doing to get ourselves better. Are we, we're still going in with the same competitive mindset each and every day to get better, to get tougher. Play the right way, all those things. So we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to compete and stay competitive throughout, and as far as who we're playing, when we're playing, all that stuff. That again is we're hoping to get all those games in. We're hoping to play everybody, and we hope it works out that way. We also, are very aware that things can happen, and we might get stripped of some games or a game here and there. So we're really going in open-minded and just, again, trying to take it day by day.
So if you could talk about your four non-league games, like and who they are, the opponents.
So right now we have Healdsburg. We play here. We play Montgomery. We play Novato. And we're working on a game against San Marin. So those would be right now our non-league. We can still pick up, if we, another two, we can get up to 6, so a total of 18. But just with scheduling purposes and availability of the gym and all that, it's going to be challenging. But we tried to play some good competition outside of our league, just to get our young guys some experience. We're sharing athletes, so we have some guys that are playing baseball, so we'll have opportunities to kind of move some pieces around, move some JV guys up, when those guys are gone, and give some guys more playing time and more experience. So what better time to do it than now, where essentially, while the games do count in the sense that we're going to be competitive and want to win, it doesn't necessarily count towards our record, and our guys can gain some experience.
Yeah, talk a little about that conflict of with managing baseball and basketball together. I talked to Jeremy the other day, and he said that you guys have been working closely on that. I know you guys have Robbie St. Giacomo, Keith Binns, all guys that play baseball as well. How's that been working?
It's been challenging, but working with Coach Tayson, who we obviously have a really good relationship, so we're able to kind of navigate through it. Because we trust each other. We're both trying to do what's right for the athlete, the kid. And so because of that, I think we're really both flexible, understanding, and it's been challenging in the sense that we've had to meet a lot, talk a lot. But as far as, we're not butting heads on anything, we're understanding of each situation. We've gone through everybody's schedule. So it's going to be, we have a pretty good plan in place to make it work. But we will go by some feel too. Like if we feel like, there is too much of a workload here for a guy, or if we feel like, somebody's making more of an impact in one program or the other, we could make an adjustment there. But right now, I think with those guys, especially, there's a pretty good plan in place, I think, to make it work where they're happy. They feel like they're going to get the most out of both experiences. And then as coaches, we feel like we're doing what's right for the kids.
Perfect. So now let's talk a little about the team. Obviously, you guys lost Liam. He was your main guy last year. But you do have Keith and Robbie returning. So if you could also talk a little about your returners and how the team's sort of shaping up right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown for sure. And not because, Liam's not here or anything, but because just there's been a lot of guys who have been, haven't played in over a year. Robbie hasn't played basketball in over a year. Keith has been with us in baseball throughout. Vince Jackson, who was, I thought, had a really good freshman year, is back, obviously. So we're hoping he will have an impact. We got some young core guys. So our sophomores were really high on. Our incoming freshmen our freshmen are I think have some promise. So we got some guys that are going to have to, we're going to have to develop and continue to develop. But I like, we got Wyatt Humphreys too, who I think was impactful for us last year, and him coming from football. But again, a guy who hasn't played for over a year. So it's really, Kyle, it's like there's a lot of unknown. And then at the same time, you're trying to incorporate or integrate, your style of play with those guys. And we're adjusting a couple of things. So they're going to have to get up to speed on that. It's going to take a little bit of time. But I really do like, I like our seniors in the sense that I like what they've developed for us culturally. I like our younger guys, as far as their love of the game and also their skill level. So I think there's a good combination of those two things.
So next, I want to talk about your coaching staff. Has anything changed? Is Tyler Strebel still your JV coach, and has anything changed at your varsity level?
So yeah, so we've made a few adjustments. So we have so at the varsity level, I have Morgan Malloy, and who played here, and she'll be helping me out on varsity. And Nick Guillory. Nick Guillory is out of Sonoma. He went to, I think, Amador Valley High School, went to Chico. He didn't play basketball in college or anything, but he's a really good basketball mind, young guy, really excited about coaching. So I feel like we have two really good coaches on the staff on the varsity level. And then we got really lucky getting Leroy Anderson, who played at Lassen College and then went on to Pacific Union. Younger coach, really hungry to learn and really good at development with skill development right now. So he'll be working with the freshmen. And then because of the nature of it right now, myself and Nick Guillory will be coaching the JV. So we're going to be working with both the JV and the varsity. So a lot of the times what we're going to be doing, the majority of the time, if not all the time, we'll be practicing the varsity and JV together.
Man, this is just some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the last question I want to ask here is, last year we saw how close the league was, like where every mistake was magnified. In a shortened season when nobody's played, do you see a lot of that coming, like where mistakes could like blow you up in a game? Like, because I feel like it's gonna be that way again, especially since nobody's played in a while. But I mean, you're the coach here, so
yeah. I think I don't know. I think you can see a lot. A little bit of what you saw at the college level, which was, it's kind of game to game. You saw a lot of teams that a lot of competitive games, but then you saw some games where some teams were just not competitive, whether it's because they were coming out of a shutdown because of COVID and hadn't practiced. They had limited time on the court. While another team was was working out pretty consistently. So I think, I don't know. You saw veteran teams actually play better than younger teams because they had been together, had a better feel for each other already. So I think experience will play a huge role, to be quite honest with you. Those teams and programs that have upperclassmen, I think, and have played together a little bit might be ahead of the game. Just because, it just takes a lot of time to create a chemistry and a flow defensively and offensively that results in success. So I think there could be some competitive games. I think you're going to see teams compete for sure. I think you're going to see every game kids play extremely hard. There's no doubt about that. I just don't know what level of skill you're going to see, and how clean the play is going to be, from game to game.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Dave. As always, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for doing this, Kyle. Appreciate you, man.